pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
You're listening to an encore presentation of this program, KCAA, the Inland Talk Express.
The doctor is in. Welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show with host Deborah Lee. Deborah has been practicing, teaching, and perfecting the personal prophecy card reading method for 20 plus years. This life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. This inspiring show will help you never feel helpless in life or love ever again. Now, here's your host, Deborah Lee.
Welcome, everybody, to the Psychic Love Doctor Show. I am Deborah Lee. Sitting with me, riding shotgun, is, of course, Lisa with an E.
Hey, happy Friday.
She is back, thank goodness. Last week you were go-rucking, I believe.
I was put on a ruck and I went. That's what I did. I was seeking the heat. 71 degrees in South Carolina. Thank you very much, son.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're back together and ready to shake things up tonight as usual. To those of you that are watching us on the Psychic Love Doctor Show page on Facebook Live, remember, if you don't say or put it a little smiley or something, if you don't say you're there, we don't know you're there. So if you want a ghost, be a ghost, but we'd rather you show yourself so we can get you on the air for a reading. Those of you that are watching us or listening to us, either way on KCAA Radio, remember to give us a call, and Lisa has the phone number.
It is, I do. It's 909-792-5222. You know you want to call, be the first caller out of the gate. Get your reading in on Friday. You're either driving home or you're getting ready to go out.
And there's lots of things we can cover. It doesn't have to be love. Can be career, friends, co-workers,
moves,
children.
Travel.
Yeah, dates. It can be meetings if you got an upcoming job interview. I mean, just because we cover love doesn't mean we can't cover everything else. And besides, we're nosy and we love to hear your stories.
Yes, we do. Although my favorite really are those questions about love. It is. It's my favorite.
She likes to metaphysically spy.
I
Don't
do.
kid yourself.
It's my favorite.
What that means is we're able to conduct a reading that is actually the cards of somebody you know, or that we know if we're doing it ourselves. And it's like we kind of have just popped the lid on their heads and we get to look and see what they're thinking, doing, what they're feeling. Mm-hmm. And it's amazingly accurate. Speaking of accurate, I want to tell those of you that are brand new to our show that I use only, and I'm showing you now if you can see me, only ordinary playing cards. This is a method my grandmother taught me, and well, actually it was back in 1982, and she called it personal prophecy. Now, since she passed on, which was a couple years after that, I did do as much research as I could. But, you know, there's a lot of methods out there that do employ the use of an ordinary deck of playing cards for psychic readings, but none that I've found which are like personal prophecy. And by that I mean, when we conduct your reading, we're right now in the present. But as we are projecting into your future, there's a lot of play. There's a lot of dynamic change we can bring to that future. So that makes this experience really full of lots of excellent navigation for you, good decision making, and if a relationship is getting a little slouchy, we can fix that. So I hope you'll give us a call. If you're one of our regulars out there, there is no restriction. You can call every single week if you'd like. In fact, that's the beauty of this method and why I keep my readings so reasonably priced on my website, psychiclovedoctor.com, because I want people to be able to get more than just a one-stop shop. I'd rather they were able to get a bunch of them. So it brings more clarity and more dimension, and your life really opens up for you. And Lisa, by the way, she's an experienced practitioner of this method herself. So you not only get that from her, you also receive her professional, what would you call it, Lisa, your professional background as a
licensed professional counselor and national certified counselor.
Right. So we give you a shot from both ends.
There you
that
go.
doesn't really sound very Here we
That's
go.
like having that on a Friday night now, is it? Surprise, surprise. 909-792-5222. And looks like Betsy from Minnesota is first out of the gate.
Well, hello there from my home state. Betsy, glad you joined us. Hi.
How are you
Hello?
tonight? Good?
Great.
So, what part of Minnesota are you from, Betsy?
Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'm from way up north, the two-horse town called Duluth, which I'm sure you've heard of. A lot of people go up there on vacation, but I'll stick with Virginia Beach, Virginia. Thank you very much. What can we do for you tonight, Betsy?
Just kind of wanting to know on my love life. I've been married for a very, very, very long time.
We're having a little trouble understanding you. Are you possibly on speaker?
Here. Can you hear me better now?
Oh, we got you loud here. Okay. Can you?
Yeah, I've been married for over 38 years, and I'm just kind of would like to know about my love life. How's that?
So you're asking about your love life. Did you say you've been married for 28 years?
38 years.
38.
Wow,
Woo!
boy, you could be running your own show and telling us all how to do it. Wow, Betsy, that's quite an accomplishment. And
Yes,
you want
it
to
is
know about
nowadays.
your love life?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's it going so far?
Same old
Okay,
draggy thing every
Whenever
day, you
someone's
know?
sitting on my sofa and I ask a question and there's a pause in response, I'm like, oh, so I guess I know what we're talking about tonight.
All right, well, we're going to take a
So
look
much
at
to be
Betsy.
said in saying nothing.
Well, and that giggle sounded very
Right?
devilish to me.
It's cute. Very cute
Kind
giggle.
of the same old thing, you know? I mean... The same old thing.
Same old thing.
Same old thing. Do you guys have weekend plans? Are you doing anything this weekend?
No. He's a bartender, so he works, weekends and...
Oh, he's out. He probably doesn't want to keep going out. He's already been out
No,
in the crowd.
when he's not working, he definitely doesn't want to go anyplace.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
I want to ask you, do you have a lot of spiciness in your relationship together?
No.
Oh,
Well, we should work on that.
I'm
what
all
do you
about
think?
the spice.
I think spice is the spice of life.
Yes, it is.
And we were going to discuss something. Now, I don't know if you're very comfortable with this, but I see that your relationship could really use a nice boost by trying some different sort of things. Like,
Oh.
do you ever go to the bar and visit him?
No.
No, you stay out of there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
then,
you never
I don't really
dressed
wanna-
up and put on a wig and try to pick him up while he was working at the bar? Oh.
He works at DFW. That'd be hilarious. They'd all get a laugh out of that.
You know what that is?
No.
Up there? Oh,
what is it?
I don't know what that is.
A
No.
DFW is like a,
VFW?
like a legion. The legions and the military.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That'd be even more fun.
Oh, that's where it all happens in Minnesota. I've been to some of those little
Yeah.
private clubs that they have.
Okay.
Ooh, yes. And those, like ex-military men, the veterans and retirees,
Yep.
these guys get down. They get down. So I
They
think it
do
would be
like
really,
spirit.
I think you're ideal, Lisa, would be
Must be a lot of happy women walking around.
But I think sometimes these guys need a little shot in their, whatever you want to call it, in the psyche, the fantastic part of their brain, where the fantasies are.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Or-
Excitement, fantasy.
Yeah. Like, for instance, if you two ever go out for dinner, or if you ever put a nice dress on, and you could grab them as you're going in the place going, oh my God, I forgot to put my panties on. You know, that man won't stop thinking about that the whole time you're out for dinner. Another thing they could try is we all have these cameras now on our phones.
Yes.
Making some personal movies.
Home movies.
And I love your idea, Lisa, of the wig and a different type of outfit. Maybe she could create a secret girlfriend for her husband.
I'm all about the dress up.
I am too. I think you got to put a lot of sex play into it, or it turns into the same old thing.
And going to play somewhere new, too. It doesn't have to be, it could be going somewhere you haven't been in a while. Just trying something different, shake things up.
Right. But I see that really your relationship is not too bad off. He really thinks the world of you. He gets a lot of social interaction, though, working in the bar. And I think, Betsy, you and him need to find an outlet that is the equivalent so that they're getting enough joint. Now, you're the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you say they need to get, a joint amount of social interaction so it isn't just him out there?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't get much social action because he's working at that time, and I'm a jeweler, so I work different hours. I mean, I work, just...
Go on a nice little weekend vacation, and it doesn't have to be anywhere exotic. Sometimes we have just taken off to go just to Williamsburg. What is that? Like from where we live, 30, 40 miles away?
Yeah.
Well, 40 miles. Stay in a nice swanky place for a night with one of those hot tub things in the room. Yeah, I think you're going to be just fine there, Betsy. And something that a lot of my clients have told me has really worked in the past to really get that guy revved up is if they receive a nice little bouquet of flowers delivered that says from someone who loves you or your secret admirer.
Aww.
And then it just seems to really add some interesting notes to their relationship.
It does. There are so many different ways to rekindle, spark, and spice things up out there. There really are.
And the weekend sounds like a good idea to me.
Peaceful and complacent. It really is. And familiar and good friends and roommates. But it just takes work.
And even just a nice massage. Or using a feather,
Maybe
one of
we'll
those
go up
long
to
feathers. So you're giggling. We hope that we're giving you some ideas on this Friday night. And
yes,
we would
you are.
we would love it if you check back and give us a full report.
Yeah, my anniversary's in 3 weeks, so maybe I'll plan a nice little weekend or a night away when he can do it. And where you're from, how's that?
You two have been together all this time. Yeah, and he could do something to pleasure her, and she could pleasure him, and they could make it into a little bit of a contest, like betting. Well, I'll give you this if I lose, or, you know what I mean? Or if nothing else, go out, be naked, and make snow angels. But just be careful where you do it. Woo! Don't get caught.
No.
Betsy,
thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
Thank you. It's wonderful talking to you. Thanks so much. Now, that's the way to start off.
38 years?
Yeah.
A long time.
And she still likes him.
I have a massage table at home. I give massages.
My.
It's all about changing things up, spicing things up, treating your partner. Absolutely.
Yeah, you do. But you know what really works for women? It's a certain type of porn that we love, and it's called watching a man cook and clean. You do that, these women are going to be so, what's a good, I don't know, can we say horny? I don't know if we can even say that.
Excited.
Yes, we will be so aroused. Woo!
The laundry's done. What? Woo! Fan me up.
Maybe throw him a couple of breadcrumbs. All right, that was great.
909-792-5222. Come on, I know you want to get in the queue. Get right there behind Betsy. I'm seeing some people pop in on Facebook Live. Faye, Cindy, Kurt. Shout out to you guys. Looks like Tammy's out there in Facebook land.
Yeah, we don't know you're there unless you say something or put up a a hand.
Like a little wave at us. How are you?
Yeah. So
I mean, you always do get your text readings if you want to turn to our message people. I'm not sure if you want to do that. Or you want to go, what would you like to do there, Miss Psychic Love Doctor?
if you have messages, I know you bring messages.
I sure do.
For us, so we could go there till we get another live caller. Come on, people. It's Friday. It's happy hour on the Psychic Love Doctor.
It's happy hour. It's happy hour on the Psychic Love Doctor show. And someone out there is bound to have a date this weekend. A blind date, a Tinder date.
Or Match.com.
And you want to kind of like, you're excited, but you're like, I don't know. You really need to call into the show because those are my favorite types of readings.
She loves that.
I do. Oh, they're my favorite.
Yes, you do. And isn't it nice to know if you're going to get the authentic thing instead of Poindexter, who's been putting up somebody else's pictures?
Oh, how awful. Or that they're all hot and heavy and the texting and you meet and it's like no chemistry. That's the worst.
It is. And so sometimes
be prepared.
Yeah, if you get a reading, you're going to know what to expect.
You just get a nice coffee.
Faye has a question for you.
All right, Faye.
Yes. She goes, tell me if I'm going to meet a good man and be happy for one time in my life and where I will meet him.
Wow. It's a little bit of a tall order, but we will try.
So love life is a good man coming in. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah. So all you good men out there, you raise your hands right now, and we'll count you in.
So, Faye, I'm curious, are you actively seeking a good man? Or are you sitting at home watching Lifetime and hoping to meet someone at Farm Fresh on the weekend?
Faye?
Yeah.
Faye.
I'm just curious. Like, I hear people say a lot to me, where can I meet someone? Where can I meet someone? I'm like, where are you going to meet someone? Well, I hope it happens like at Food Lion. When I'm out, I'm like,
when you're out, like feeling the melon.
I'll either ripe avocados.
I feel like you tonight, because you're usually the spitfire on the show.
Well, now, so I'm just curious. People will say that, but then I don't know. Like, you got to put yourself in a place to meet people.
Sometimes, but remember, where destiny is involved, it will run smack into you.
I know, but if you're going to Food Line once a week, and if you're swiping on Tinder or Bumble, then you have a lot more options for you, like to go through 50 faces, than to go say hi to the checkout guy.
For Faye, I'm not really sure that Food Lion or could be her hot spot.
Well, she says she only goes to church and grocery store.
Well, see, I knew it at the grocery store.
Faye, you could adjust your schedule just a little because I see that you're a very community-spirited lady. You love to help a good cause. And I'll tell you, if you could get involved, well, Daryl, we've done it like with the PBS station when they do their fund drives. They love to get new people in. Think of some other things. March of Dimes. There's all different sorts of charities out there and fund drives. Get it. If you love animals, go help the local SPCA.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing it through some sort of community effort here that you are going to meet somebody that is really going to put a twinkle in your toes. And we could all use a twinkle every now and again. And I said twinkle, not tinkle. But it will really lift your spirits. You're doing something good. You're putting out, expending that wonderful positive energy and meeting new people. Grab a girlfriend. Take a friend with you.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to go out there alone. And just show up. A lot of times all we have to do in life is show up. But that's where I feel, and it's soon. Something's coming up soon, and I'm not aware of what the charity calendar is for the year. But I see it's very soon. I would say it's definitely by June. There's something you could get involved with, and you can look right online to Google these things. And like I said, grab a girlfriend or grab a member of your family and go on over there. You'll be surprised at how much fun you're going to have. And there is where you're going to meet your good man.
Even at an upscale grocery store like Whole Foods, perhaps.
Well, right, and they say the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So I think you'd have to be maybe pretend to be a good cook. There's a way to pretend that, you know.
Yeah, it's called go to the grocery store and bring it home and throw away the containers.
Or you can meet a man that's a good cook.
Yeah,
there's not enough of them
there
in this world.
I had one guy tell me one time, he said, he'd go in a grocery store, find somebody that was fairly, attractive. He'd walk past them and glance in their cart and see something they had in there. He'd walk around the store a little bit like he's looking for it, come back by him and go, "Where'd you find that at? I can't find it."
Oh, clever.
That is good. See, that breaks the ice. And women love to be helpful. Well, sir, let me show you. And then you just could toddle over there with your cart and show him where those magic mushrooms are.
There
the portobellos, what are those other ones that are...
So she would have to be going to sporting events, gun shows, Home Depot.
That's why I feel her best bet is at a charity event that, they're looking for volunteers. So keep us posted, Faye. This is coming at you really fast. You got the 3 of clubs there. And when I teach this method, I describe the 3 of clubs as an event that is out there coming directly at you. You can't miss it. Now, you could ignore it and just be like, da-da-da-da-da. It'll hit you right in the head. Or you can be right on time and go, gotcha. So seize the moment, and you will have your man.
Carpe diem.
Yes, exactly. And there's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. She's ready, and he's ready too. So thank you, Faye. We're so happy that you shared your question with us.
There you go. 909-792-5222. Come on and talk to the Psychic Love Doctor, Deborah Lee and Lisa with an E, sharing the Friday with you.
You don't even have to use your real name.
No, that's true.
You can be whoever you want to be on the phone. The cards will still be as true. You have something else for us, Daryl? Well, let's talk about a little something we mentioned during Betsy's. I don't know how much sharing you want to do, Lisa, but many of us out there have played around a little bit with videotaping some intimate moments.
Oh, making home movies.
Or fantasy play.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, there has to be a real element of trust there that this will not become a
amateur movie night at the local, Dropbox.
Well, and we are out here at the world's largest naval base, and one of the stories when I was a newspaper columnist for a military paper here, one of the most common things that wives would do is they would send their husbands videotapes. Nowadays they don't do the VCR,
right?
But you would still be sending a tape or a video, and they would show the kids opening their presents, and then there'd be this really disturbing segment, Daryl, you know where I'm going with this, of the wife doing something she shouldn't be doing with another guy, and then she looks in the camera and says, "I want a divorce." They send those.
Oh, that's horrible.
To me, that is the lowest of the low. What do you think that guy's going to do? Drop a canoe on the side of the aircraft carrier and paddle his way home? No, but this is why videos can be, it's a double-edged sword. It can be a lot of fun, and it can cause a lot of damage, as Trump has found out. Hasn't there been some coverage of Mr. Perez? Yeah.
Oh, and with that, we are going to pause for just a moment for our station ID.
Okay.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292FQ Riverside, and K293CF Moreno Valley.
Hey, we're back.
It's a party. When you talk about making home movies or even fantasy play, I think the most important aspect of that, though, is that both parties are in agreement, the discussion's been made, there's trust all around, and everyone is comfortable. Because the last thing you want is a video of your face going, I'm really uncomfortable.
Yeah, where it's truly an anticlimax.
Yeah, that won't make for a fun replay. So it's just have the conversation. You clearly don't do anything without complete trust on both sides, and just have fun with it.
Really, and you can always erase it right after you're done. Delete. Which I know you say that some of your past partners have built collections.
Oh, I haven't seen the other collections, but I've definitely heard about them. from
Now
people.
that's interesting too, wouldn't it be, to watch somebody's collection of...
Yeah, no, I would probably not want to see that. No, I would not. Would you?
Oh, heck yes.
Really?
Because I'm a nosy old bat.
Oh, I wouldn't want to know.
And it might be nice to see if everybody's kind of doing the same thing. Because you go on these X-rated porn sites, which I've only heard about. I can't say I've actually visited any. But you go and look at them. It's too canned. It's plastic. It's commercial. With all the,
Oh, gosh.
There's just no realism. So I think you can be your own best director and actors for these types of things.
I would agree with that. And with that note, let's welcome Ann from Texas.
I choked on that one.
Yay, Ann. That's what she said.
Hello, Ann.
Hi, this is Ann from Texas. I could
We are not losing our minds here, I promise you. But it's so wonderful to hear from all of you. Please share with us what we can do for you today.
Just want to see what the cards have to say. I've accepted a new job, but I'm really thinking of going back into education.
All
but
right,
in the private
back to education.
sector.
Wonderful.
So I want to see what the cards have to say.
Have you started?
Well, I put in a couple of applications at some charter schools and a couple of private schools.
Put an application.
So you're working on securing a job?
Yeah, well, I already have a job, but I think this is going to be my transitional job. I'm kind of getting a taste of all year round, and I really want to go back to the 9-month schedule.
What insight would you like me to give you?
Just if that's a good move, if there's a possibility of me finding another teaching job, maybe for the fall.
Okay, so she has a job. This is kind of like a transitional job, looking to get back into it. I like that you're putting the feelers out there. You're applying. You're trying to create manifestos for yourself. It's not like you just jump ship, go into something else. You're going about this very smartly and methodically. So I think it's a really great way to do it.
And
too.
Isn't this a nice leeway right now to do it now before a new school year has even started? I would think.
Right.
I don't know. That's more your field there, Lisa.
Oh yeah, everyone's getting their placements filled for next year, and they're securing their staffing. Making sure that everything's in place. Not to say that they don't hire people up through August, because they do sometimes. We only have charter schools in this area, so I can't speak about that specifically. But I know that people do want to fill those positions.
Okay, now let me know what the real gist of the question is. So I make sure, because it was fading in and out, I want to make sure I get this right. Can you repeat it, Lisa?
So you were looking to see this was a good transitional move for you. Is that correct?
To go back to education.
I'm sorry?
If it's a good move for me to go back into education, if I have a shot at getting a job.
You're not on speaker, are you?
No.
Okay,
yeah,
because it's going wrong. Well, I'm getting a negative response here, and I'm just thinking from this negative response, it is saying be very intuitive yourself about the choice you make. What you see on the outside is not necessarily what you get. And I think, Lisa, you've had enough teacher friends and colleagues that they jump into what, they're selling a position. They're salesmen. They're looking to fill positions.
Right.
You might be more qualified and better skilled and more talented than the position is requiring. And then I'm seeing that you would be unhappy.
Oh.
Okay.
So the cards are saying to me just to choose wisely, that don't just leap, and of course you wouldn't at the first offer you get, but take your time, and then the right one, I think the right one is about 3 offers down, okay?
Okay.
Is what I'm getting. So yeah, we wouldn't want you to be suffering through a contract. I don't know, is it easy to quit, or do you have to?
It's easy to quit, but then you have to have something to go to.
Right.
Well, I'm really wanting one at the church that I go to, so we'll see.
Well, I'm not sure what you just said, but there's something here I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
There's an issue here pertaining to another woman around one of these positions that I don't think necessarily you'd be very comfortable with. She comes on very strong. She's aggressive, and she is actually closeted lesbian. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, like Seinfeld said, but I'm just saying she might put too much pressure on you and make you very uncomfortable. And so you can always check back with us when you've gotten an offer.
There you go.
And I do have a lot of private clients that do contact me when they're making a job change, when they are transitioning from one location to another, or all sorts of different circumstances that honestly don't make a move till they've, kind of consulted us. So we are always available for that. I do feel the right opportunity is out there for you. Just be slow, take it easy, and don't leap at the first thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Ann.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night. Right.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
you too. She didn't ask, but I would have to say that down the road a piece in her life, I feel she's going to swerve in a whole different direction.
Oh.
One of them that we were talking about in a recent show was that we have two distinct things happening in this country. They've rolled out homeschooling with the computer, and we also have daycare homes and centers. And I often wonder, why aren't these merging where the children, instead of just going to play, can actually be guided through homeschooling? I have a granddaughter that was homeschooled through middle school. She went from... and she failed because there was nobody there. Her mom had to work. She was like 14, 15 years old, but she was not doing what she needed to do. And maybe these folks that are doing daycare could actually set up a cute little computer center and help put, kindergarten, first grade, stuff like that, and then have extra activities. But I'm just saying that I do feel there's going to be some innovations coming as well. Okay.
I think they're always trying to make changes, and that's what I like about, and with technology today, and especially in education, it definitely opens the doors for people to learn in different modalities.
Initially, homeschool was through academies, and you had to pay for that. And now it's free in a lot of public school systems, and I suppose that has to do with the overcrowding. But it could also be a solution to bullying.
Oh.
If you think about it.
Oh, boy.
It is.
Oh, boy.
I was bullied when I was in the 7th grade so bad I really thought these girls were going to kill me. And you know what I had done? I smiled and said hi at a boy that was their property.
Oh, my
And it
goodness.
just escalated from there. I had to be brought home by the police. And, but back then, a lot of people just said, deal with it. Be tough. Learn how to throw a good right hook, something like that. But nowadays, I think we've got to move on.
There's definitely been a crackdown on the whole cyberbullying thing. That the social media, boy, it's a blessing and a curse. It really is. And in relationships, too. I'm so sick of hearing about how my boyfriend...
Share this. I know everybody out there. This is a day in the life of Lisa as a professional therapist / counselor.
I hate social media. If I could wipe out Facebook and Instagram and take it away, I put a post up and he didn't like my post. And I was on his Instagram and some girl keeps liking all his pictures. I'm like, what?
Everybody's in 6th grade again.
What is this hot mess? It drives me crazy.
And I'm unfriending you, and I'm blocking
I'm blocking you, and I'm friending you. Oh, but somehow he got through my block, and I don't know how he messaged me. Really? Really? You think I'm stupid? No, I'm not stupid. Stupid social media.
So she runs into this apparently a lot.
Oh, my gosh. It's a hot disaster. And then, there's the ones that use the apps to cheat.
Oh, rampant. I get a lot of it, too. I just wait for that other shoe to fall because I know that shoe is going to fall. So I wouldn't say having this information superhighway going straight through your bedroom is a good thing. You've got every kind of service out there. If you I often wonder, if you make your husband or wife mad enough, can they justify that as a reason to go on Tinder or Match and pick somebody up? And
No, that is not a reason to justify. No.
But how many do it?
Yes, they do.
Where back in the day it was you had to go down the bar, to get yourself into some trouble. But nowadays you can sit right at home.
Yes, there was another story about that this week. When this couple broke up, I guess around 8 or 9 o'clock, she was feeling a little bit spiteful. She called an old friend, hooked up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Lo and behold, she wants to get back together the next day. But we were on a break for those 9 hours.
Now, didn't we learn anything from Ross and Rachel?
Exactly. It was a break.
And he got himself in trouble. Remember, Ross?
I do.
So I guess that's how you pave the way to your own infidelity.
909-792-5222. We want to hear your story. That's our favorite thing to do.
There's not so much, I think, I don't know, I'm not involved in the subculture, but back when computers were just starting to rage, the subculture was swinging. And I'm telling you, some of the biggest people in our city were underground swingers. And the computer played a very big role in that, because people would, like, they would arrange, a get-together at, say, a local sports bar or a dancing place, and it would all be the swingers group.
I don't know, is that a thing anymore? Because now with the internet, you just go to a specific website for that.
And you could go and visit them at they rent out these big mansions. And,
oh, wow.
It's quite an elaborate thing.
Is that still a thing?
And people in California are probably laughing right now because they have always been so much more advanced. And Florida, and see, I sound like I'm some kind of expert, but when I was a newspaper columnist, I did have to do research on this, and I found that military members were big into this. A lot of people that join the military are actually misfits. We're going to get mail on this one. I can feel it.
That's a quote. A lot of people that have joined the military are misfits. I want that T-shirt.
But they're the ones that make good sailors. And
they do, because they can't hold a regular walking in the rut job. They need something that is more heartfelt or allows them to blow stuff up or whatever might be their motivation. You know, so I think you're right. And Daryl, he's retired after 22 years as a Navy senior chief. I think he kind of knows a little something about that. But it is interesting how different parts of the country, we're over here in little old Virginia. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, two of the best guys I ever had at work for me had an option: go to jail or join the military.
That's right.
And they were great guys.
And I don't think they have that anymore. I don't know. But, yeah, I think that you have to be of a certain caliber, no pun intended on that. But you go play military with your Go Rucking.
I do. Shout out.
It should have been an awesome Marine.
Hi, GRTs. No. I pay for that brutality.
Imagine getting paid to do that.
Getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
Instead of paying for it.
What do they all say, too, like from the Army or Marines? Why did you join? Because I want to go out and blow, you know what, up. So anyway, we digress. How about you with your list of messages?
Oh, you haven't heard from Stacy in a while. Stacy and Jay, down in North Carolina. Our friend who...
oh, yeah. Okay, I got it.
Hot and heavy romance. After 3 months, he's talking marriage. They had a fight. She sent a makeup letter. I love you. I want this to work. And he has not responded.
Now, there's something that's real glitchy about things like that. So we're going to take a look for Stacy and Jay right now.
Yeah, so for those of you who are frequent listeners, if you remember the story, she's called in a few times and she's just looking for an update. She met this guy on a nice high-end dating site, actually, and they really connected through FaceTime, and they met and had this whirlwind romance. Hot and heavy, 3 months. He's alluding to the fact that, boy, he hopes that she will move in with him sometime soon, get married. And then he decides to make a job change for her. She freaks out. No one's ever been so nice to her in her whole life. He takes it the wrong way, and they break up. She has since regretted that moment ever since.
Well, and I feel for her. I really do, because what she actually had here is a blessing in disguise. You know, I'm on a personal crusade of people that, oh, I love you. They're just full of love for you and commitment and will always be together and work things out, and then you make one little mistake, they can't forgive you, they can't acknowledge you, they just, you have gone poof in their lives. I have real issues with that because I feel we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. For you, Stacy, you dodged a bullet here for right now because I think, unfortunately, I feel he's moved on. I see a woman in uniform of some sort here, but it's only, I'm trying to think how to put this. Men have, and sorry guys, but I got to put it out there from my years of experience, men, when they have somehow been hurt, they will go out with a vengeance and try to just replace you. And one of my favorite sayings is, after all these years, with a man, nothing gives the heart 20/20 vision quite like being in the arms of the wrong woman. And especially when they whisper the wrong name. And that happens.
Ew.
So
that's why you use baby. Yes, baby.
Stacy, he's going to be coming back, and he's going to have his tail between his legs, and he's going to stand there. I like to think of this image of him standing in the rain, and it's like 2 in the morning, and he's looking very forlorn and saying, "I'm so sorry." That's when you stand there and think, took you a long time to come here and do that. Gee, I just might have outgrown you a little.
Wow.
So for you, girl, you got another guy on the wing here, and he is going to be awesome. So that is coming very fast. See that right there? These notes. Okay, we're got April, May, June. I'm thinking in May.
Oh.
So watch for May. And that is going to really give you a reference point, because I do feel this other man will be back.
So choice is good. I always like choice. I think that's good.
And, you know, if you're a bit on the religiously inclined side, I also put it this way. Do you really think the higher power, that God, would bring you this far and leave you? Heck no. Sometimes these things, when they happen, turn out to be the best things that ever happened to us. So he needs to work on that, especially if he does come back. This cannot be his MO in a marriage or in a long-term relationship, where all of a sudden, what is that called, where they just shut down and they
ghost?
Well, they just don't talk anymore. They cold shoulder you. It's like you don't exist. That's not a way to live. So yeah, you watch. It's all going to work out. She's going to have her choice, but I'm not going to say which way I think she's going to go.
Oh, that's going to be a follow-up phone call.
Yes,
I
will.
think. I'm so excited about that.
So you'll have to tune in to find out which way Stacy's going to go.
Yes, gotta know that. 909-792-5222. All right, let's turn to some fun regular here. Oh, psychic spying. Psychic spying time. Ellie wants to know if you can spy on Andrew for her.
Oh, I certainly can.
What is going on with Andrew?
Okay, has anything improved, I wonder? Has she let you know?
So Ellie and Andrew dated for 4 months, but then kept seeing each other, still on a friendly basis, still chatting, but not back to what it was.
Okay, so now, normally we read Ellie's cards. Tonight I think we're going to read Andrew's cards.
This is the favorite part of this method that I love, so all of you tuning in, if there's someone that you just had this crush on or you think might like you, what Deborah Lee can do for you is say, hey, here's the real deal. This is what this guy's thinking, and this is what he's feeling, and maybe this might be what you want to do. So it gives you a choice.
Realistically, in terms of psychic readings, intuitive readings, however you want to call them, there are no boundaries. I mean, we can even do readings on animals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've done that right.
That's right. Absolutely. So it's really the energy of the situation and of the person and the field. So that's what it's out there. My favorite type.
Well, since the last time, in our last episode, when we checked
the last
in,
episode of Metaphysical Spying,
we sort of were at a cliffhanger in the terms of the show, because he was still feeling very wounded by his ex-wife, and it wasn't looking like things with Ellie were going to move forward. And now I'm seeing that I think he's starting to get over that in a big way.
Oh.
He has knocked on that door with his ex-wife long enough, and he took time to go and lick his wounds. You know, they do that. And so now I think that Ellie should expect that he is going to want to gently move toward, I don't know if it was a reconciliation, because I don't think they necessarily had a falling out. They just sort of took a break.
Mm-hmm. Took a break.
But I see him sort of kind of weaseling his way. You see that? Yeah, and she's just watching him with her, you know, kitty cat tail going up and down, just watching him.
Oh, she's called back in.
Yes, she does. But I think that's where Andrew's head is at, is picking things back up with her. He's feeling a bit like an, I don't know, can we say asterisk SS, like an ass?
A donkey.
Like a donkey.
A donkey. That's awesome. 909-792-5222. We are having a party here on KCAA Radio on the Psychic Love Doctor Show. What else do we need to up and talk about, turn upside down? So much has happened this week, client-wise, couple-wise. Oh, I can't even.
Well, going back to the original topic.
Yes.
I don't know that I could have that kind of trust.
Really?
Concerning making an intimate home video that could accidentally get emailed to somebody or the kids. You know, I don't know. Can you trust somebody that much?
I'd have to think that if you trusted someone to be intimate with you and you trusted someone to make the video with you where that person's face is also very visible, that would be the agreement, that this doesn't get shared, and if we part our ways, then it gets deleted from both of us. Deleted, gone.
You might have to have a pretty good self-image, too, because, I mean, that is pretty out there as far as, I mean, you can't make a very good video in the dark, right?
With the moo-moo on. I don't know. I think it'd be far more exciting to watch a personalized video rather than some strangers.
True, and a lot of them are just drunk or they're faking it on those things anyway.
Yeah. I remember there was some big scuttlebutt not too long ago. My friends were talking about some free site that I think turned to not being free. Is that accurate? I'm not in the know on that, so I really can't speak intelligently about it. But I'm like, oh, that's a bummer.
They were homemade videos?
No, there might have been, but they were professional videos, I guess, that were free of charge for a little while, and then no longer were free of charge, perhaps.
Well, I guess if there's a market, why make it free, you know?
Why make it free?
Yep.
But if you're listening, you need a deal, you know, please call and let me know what was going on with that. I don't know.
Sometime we should let our callers tell us and share some of their stories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think there could be a wonderful prize for the best story. Whether it's true or not can remain debatable.
I'm curious. So, I do work with a lot of couples, but some singles too. And, you know, there's always this sense when someone's coming in to you and not giving you the full story, and you kind of pick up on it. What do you do in a reading when someone's telling you something, but the cards are showing you something else?
Well, first of all, I have a policy that I don't answer questions I have not been asked. But if they are being, well, a lot of times they're in such deep denial that they will sit there and go, no, no, no. And then I'm wondering, why did you come for a reading if everything I'm saying to you is wrong in your point of view? But other times, like I said earlier, I wait. If I can entice them enough with what I am already seeing, I mean, it's like being a bartender. Yeah. Betsy's husband could attest to this. People tell their hairdressers, yes, hairdressers and bartenders, everything. So you were asking if they're making stuff up?
No, if they're not revealing everything to you, they're not disclosing a whole lot, but in your card you see, oh, I see something else here, but their client's not really disclosing anything to you about what you might see in the cards. How do you handle that?
I would kind of tap dance around that very delicately. A lot of times I've seen in readings that the woman's boyfriend or husband is playing a little bit of footsie with, say, a close friend of hers or a family member. And these are times when I would try to get that person to, you probably do the same thing, for them to open up more so you can share more. Or I would say the two of you have a lot of miscommunication. I think you should explore.
I think I'm a little more direct sometimes with that.
Are you?
People will come sit in front of me and their spouse and lie about infidelity. Lie. And I'll just like, are you really? Oh, you're playing Scrabble on your phone 24 hours a day. That's what you're playing games on your phone 3 o'clock in the morning? No.
You know, and if you think of it from a karmic point of view, that person you're cheating on or lying to, this is what I often think of, they deserve to be loved. They deserve to be in the kind of relationship they think they're in with you. So it seems to me that it would be really honorable to end it, or to take a break, or to separate and work through your own issues, you know, of dishonesty, you know, the double life thing. Some people really thrive on that. And if you're a man or woman that shouldn't be married, then don't be married.
Well, I know it, and I think a lot of it happens. I have a situation right now where, because it's financial, a client owns his own business, and he knows if he splits, he's got a girlfriend on the side, but if he splits up the marriage, the wife will take half of what he's created, and he doesn't want that to happen.
So you know what happens, from my point of view, as a card reader who often sees a lot of karmic action in the cards, what will happen is something will occur in his life, a deadly disease that will eat up all of his fortune, or what else could it be? A lapse, say, in insurance or something, and the business burns down. I mean, there are so many circumstances that could come into play that would be like, naughty, naughty.
Ooh.
So, yeah, you got to think about those things. He could be driving in a beautiful, bright, sunny day and end up rolled over in the ditch and can't walk anymore. I mean, there's all sorts of ways that karma can really kick you right in the butt. So,
yeah, I like to avoid that. That's not going to happen.
So I can be probably more direct than you can. A lot of times men will come in and they'll say, I don't believe in this. This is crap. And I'll say, that's all right. I'll believe in it for you. And by the time they walk out, they're like, wow. I like those times.
I like that.
You know, we're really close to the time to be over. And Lisa, I sure enjoy having you back. And Daryl, the hubster who's behind the technology, it's so nice that you're here to assist us. And especially, I think we need to thank our listeners and our watchers. Because really, without you, we'd just be sitting here together.
We really enjoy it, and we love talking. But
I hope you can tell. We love when you share with us, and we love giving you a little bit of humor on a Friday night. We know a lot of you are going through some tough times. You know, and even when we just come into our little studio and we leave it all outside the door.
Absolutely.
So this is really awesome to us. We love it. We love all of you. You know, stay in touch with us. You don't always have to come on the air. You can always shoot a question through the Psychic Love Doctor Facebook show page. We do have a message button there. Also, you could pick up our app, the Psychic Love Doctor app. It's free. Now, right now, it's only operational for Androids because we have to do something about the
iPhone.
But there's a workaround. Go on my website, psychiclovedoctor.com, and you can use the URL or bookmark it. You've got the instant reading right there.
Perfect.
Yeah, so everybody, it's been awesome. I hope spring gets here, don't you?
Oh, but... Seek the heat.
Yeah, so it's been wonderful. Thanks to all. Do you have any last words?
No, my last words are what I tell people that come in, you know, find your true joy, express gratitude every day, and always be authentic and true to yourself and others.
My grandmother, who taught me this method, always said, to dream is to believe. And once you believe, all things are possible. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Love you.
Love it.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.